This is our second annual fundraiser for the Tutorpedia Foundation. I was a teacher for several years. I taught in Boston Public Schools, and I taught in a charter school out here. And I'm not a teacher anymore in that way. But the reason why I left the profession was I got really frustrated. I didn't think that I was able to do everything that was expected of me. I knew that if I had a half an hour a week with each of my kids individually, it would make the biggest difference in the world. And I just couldn't find the time for that to happen. Instead of, the teachers giving that one-on-one attention, I thought, why don't we outsource that? Why don't we give the teachers some help with that? And that's where the Tutorpedia Foundation comes in. Each of our tutors is able to give those students the attention they really need in order to make it. And sometimes it really does make the difference between passing or not passing, graduating or dropping out.
I kind of function as a personal assistant for you. I'm there to assist you and give you, any kind of help that you might need. And, who wouldn't want to have a personal assistant, right? The second role that I have, I kind of look at myself as a coach for you. I kind of like to compare a lot of things to sports. So, I do what I can to put you in the best position to succeed. Over time, I've learned to very quickly diagnose a student's strengths and weaknesses, so I can personalize a tutoring plan, a learning plan for him or her. I can quickly look at a student and say, you have a talent there. We're going to develop that talent. Or I can quickly look at a student also and say, you have a weakness there. We're definitely going to take care of that weakness. So, very much personalized to the individual student. Thirdly, and this is kind of my favorite part about my role as a tutor, I look at myself as a personal trainer. So I'm going to come to your house and we're going to work out. And you're going to sweat and we're going to work hard. You're probably going to hate me. Or hate may be a strong word. You're going to dislike me. But like a personal trainer, at the end of the day, you're going to thank me. My goal is to make you sweat now so that you can reap the rewards later. And I really love that one-on-one model where I can come to your home and do all of those things.
I'm doing wonderful work, but I think the system sucks. And it sucked for a long time, and people pretended like 50% of our kids in cities that they didn't exist. They've been dropping out for years, and it just pretend like it's not there, which has been pretty horrible. Recently, people are starting to say, 50% of the students are dropping out. That's bad. So the good news is they're noticing it. The bad news is they're trying to make little bitty changes to make the change, and it's not going to happen. I really care about, I want every kid to learn to read, to write, to do a little math, but I want them to be able to persevere. I want them to create. I want them to work with others. I want them to be able to speak. I want them to apply knowledge. And that's what I think all of you would nod at, but that's not what goes on in school.
In a model with one teacher in one room and students in kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, obviously not even the greatest teacher in the world can teach one or two kids in first grade, one or two kids in second grade, 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 kids in a bunch of ranges, and they didn't. And they had older students teaching younger students all the way down the line. If you can imagine on the end of a Toyota line, 25% of the cars come off the line and they don't even turn on and nobody knows why. That's the situation we have in education today. Because of a design choice that we made some time ago, and we've spent quite a bit of time trying to engineer our way through this design challenge. But I would pose that it's not an engineering challenge, it's a design challenge. And the design of education that I see is technology-enabled social learning.
I think all I ask is that each of us can be on school boards, you can be your parents, your grandparents, you're an educator, to really think deeply of all the things we've accepted. I mean, we're in our own box. I went through a regular school and did everything everyone else did and came out okay, but that doesn't mean it's good enough. And so I just push people to really think deeply about things that you have accepted your whole life, and to try to make a move in whatever capacity you can.
It took me to become a tutor to actually understand what's going on. So what does that say about the student? They're in the dark almost. So I'd say, that get out there and just let people know, what's going on and what's really out there and what choices are available for them, in life.
Thank you guys very, 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 very much.